Do you like apples?
Yeah.
Well, I got a number. How do you like them apples?
You may know Good Will Hunting as the movie that launched Matt Damon and Ben Affleck to superstardom and won Robin Williams his long overdue Oscar. But did you know that some of the film's most memorable moments were actually unscripted, ad-libbed by the late great Robin Williams? In this video, we'll take a closer look at the famous scene where Sean tells Will the story about his farting wife and reveal how Williams' improvised monologue left Damon struggling to keep a straight face on camera. But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the on-set antics, hilarious bloopers, and unexpected moments that shaped this cinematic masterpiece. Damon's unplanned nap. One of the most endearing bloopers in the movie happened during a scene where Matt Damon and Minnie Driver's characters are lying in bed together. The grueling schedule of writing and starring in the film had left Damon exhausted, and he accidentally fell asleep during filming. Rather than wake him up and reset the scene, director Gus Van Sant saw an opportunity. He quickly set up the camera above the bed and instructed Driver to snuggle up to her slumbering co-star. The result was a surprisingly tender and intimate moment that felt entirely authentic to the characters' relationship. In the final cut, you can see Will and Skylar lying peacefully together, with Damon's genuine fatigue adding a layer of realism to the scene. Unintentional cameos. Filming on location in Boston was crucial to Good Will Hunting's authenticity, but it also led to some unexpected challenges. Matt and Ben were local celebrities in their hometown, so word would often spread about where they were filming on any given day. As a result, crowds of friends, family, and fans would sometimes show up to the set, hoping to catch a glimpse of the young stars in action. On occasion, these well-meaning onlookers would accidentally wander into shots, forcing them to cut and reset the scene. Perhaps the most amusing example of this happened during a particularly emotional scene between Damon and Robin Williams. Just as the two actors were deep in character, Damon's mother called out to him from off-camera, not realizing they were in the middle of a take. While these unplanned interruptions could be frustrating for cast and crew, they also served as a reminder of just how much the project meant to the people of Boston.
Thought about what you said to me the other day about my painting. Stayed up half the night thinking about it. Something occurred to me. I fell into a deep, peaceful sleep and haven't thought about you since.
Robin Williams' ad-libbed gems. Robin's performance as therapist Sean McGuire is one of the highlights of Good Will Hunting, and some of his most memorable moments were completely unscripted. Williams was known for his lightning-quick wit and ability to improvise, and he brought that same energy to his scenes with Matt Damon. One of the most famous examples is the scene where Sean tells Will a story about his late wife's habit of farting in her sleep.
My wife used to fart when she was nervous. She had all sorts of wonderful little idiosyncrasies. She used to fart in her sleep. I'm sorry I shared that with you. One night it was so loud it woke the dog up.
The entire monologue was ad-libbed by Williams on the spot, leaving Damon genuinely surprised and amused. In the final cut, you can see Matt trying to hold back laughter as Robin delivers the hilarious and heartfelt story. Another iconic improvised moment comes at the very end of the film. In the scene where Sean reads the letter Will has left for him, Williams' line, "Son of a bitch, he stole my line," was completely unscripted. It was the perfect bittersweet ending to their relationship, and Damon and Van Sant immediately recognized it as such.
Hang on a second. You're a first-year grad student. You just got finished reading some Marxian historian, Pete Garrison probably. You're going to be convinced of that till next month when you get to James Lemon. Then you're going to be talking about how the economies of Virginia and Pennsylvania were entrepreneurial and capitalist way back in 1740. That's going to last until next year. You're going to be in here regurgitating Gordon Wood, talking about, the pre-revolutionary utopia and the capital-forming effects of military mobilization.
Happy accidents. Not all of the unscripted moments in Good Will Hunting were the result of Robin Williams' improv skills. Some of the film's most authentic and endearing scenes came about through pure serendipity. One such moment happened during the scene where Will and his friends are hanging out at a construction site. As the cameras were rolling, a plane flew overhead, momentarily interrupting the dialogue. Rather than cut the scene and start over, Van Sant decided to keep rolling, and the actors seamlessly incorporated the unexpected noise into their conversation. The result was a scene that felt entirely natural and unscripted, as if the audience was simply eavesdropping on a real group of friends. Another happy accident occurred during the filming of the famous "How Do You Like Them Apples" scene. In the script, Will was supposed to confront his romantic rival in a Harvard bar and then triumphantly walk away. But during one take, Damon accidentally bumped into a patron as he was leaving, causing a brief moment of awkwardness. Rather than reshooting the scene, Van Sant decided to keep the misstep in the final cut. It added a touch of vulnerability to Will's character, showing that even in his moment of victory, he was still human and prone to missteps. The disappearing scars. In one of the film's most intense scenes, Will gets into a brutal fight with a group of men at a playground. The altercation leaves him badly beaten with visible cuts and bruises on his face. However, in the following scene, where Will rides the subway, his scars seem to have mysteriously disappeared, only to reappear later on. This continuity error is likely the result of the scenes being filmed out of order, a common practice in movie making. Despite this minor blooper, the fight scene remains one of the most powerful moments in the film, showcasing Will's inner turmoil and self-destructive tendencies.
This is great. Who did this? Jack?
Wasn't me.
Nimish?
No way.
The Chalkboard Mishap. Throughout Good Will Hunting, Will's genius is demonstrated through his ability to solve complex mathematical equations with ease. In one memorable scene, Professor Lambeau presents a difficult problem on a hallway chalkboard, challenging students to solve it. Later, Will anonymously provides the solution, stunning Lambeau and his colleagues. However, eagle-eyed viewers may notice a small blooper. As the camera pans across the chalkboard, the equations appear to be partially erased and rewritten as if by an unseen hand. This is likely the result of multiple takes being shot and the chalkboard not being reset to its original state between each one. Inconsistent wardrobe. Continuity errors are a common occurrence, and Good Will Hunting is no exception. One such error can be spotted in the scene where Will meets with his court-appointed therapist, Sean McGuire, for the first time. As Will enters Sean's office, he's wearing a distinct leather jacket, but in the next shot, his jacket has mysteriously changed to a different style and color. This is likely the result of the scene being filmed over multiple days, with the wardrobe department failing to make sure Damon was wearing the same jacket in each take. Boom mic shadows. One of the most common mistakes in movie making is the accidental appearance of a boom mic or its shadow in the frame. Good Will Hunting is no exception, with a few scenes featuring the telltale signs of a microphone hovering just out of view. In one such instance, as Will and his friends walk along the streets of South Boston, a boom mic shadow can be briefly seen on a wall behind them. This is a common occurrence in outdoor scenes where the bright sunlight can make it difficult to keep equipment out of the shot. While the appearance of a boom mic shadow might temporarily break the audience's immersion in the scene, it's a testament to the skill of the sound department that these instances are relatively rare in the film. Crew reflections. Despite the best efforts of the crew, there are moments in Good Will Hunting where their presence can accidentally be seen in reflections or mirrors. One such instance occurs during the scene where Will and his friends are driving in a car discussing their future plans. As the camera captures the conversation from the back seat, a brief reflection of a crew member can be seen in the car's rear window. It's a common challenge in filming car scenes where the confined space and reflective surfaces make it difficult to keep the crew entirely out of view. While these brief glimpses behind the curtain might remind the audience that they are watching a work of fiction, they also serve as a testament to the skill and dedication of the crew working tirelessly to bring the story to life. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite scene from Good Will Hunting? Who's your favorite character? Let us know in the comments section below.